What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming at you with a review of Starchaser's brand new debut self-titled album. First things first, I figured to myself, with a band name like Starchaser, this is going to have to be some pretty epic shit. What we've got here is a really kick-ass heavy metal album. I really don't know what other phrase to use besides just heavy metal. There are keyboards here, so it sounds kind of symphonic at points, but I wouldn't go as far to call this symphonic metal. The album does have something of an epic sound. I don't think it's just the production. I think the songwriting is just kind of triumphant in a way. Not nearly the same kind of riffs, but in the way that Something Wicked This Way Comes by Iced Earth. I don't actually consider this a power metal album. I know literally everyone else does, but it sounds epic, even though it's just kind of straightforward heavy metal. Getting into some of the songs, the intro is pretty fucking cool, and it goes straight into the 3 title track, as in the song Starchaser on the album Starchaser by the band Starchaser. I don't know that we've had one of these since Iron Savior in 97 or something. I don't know what to say other than this shit is cool. Again, very epic sounding, kind of like Avantasia, but maybe a little more organic, not as cheesy. Before he found fame in Firewind and Ozzy, Gus G was in a band called Dream Evil. Definitely hear some of that here, even though I doubt it's an actual influence. A thought that hit me was this band kind of sounds like Symphony X, but with less virginity. There's a really good variety of tempos on this album. So the opener is a bit of a burner, but then the song Bringer of Evil is much more mid-tempo. Not quite Black Sabbath, but they pull it off with this slow, trotting metal rhythm. The song Dead Man Walking. This has a great chorus. I can totally see why it's the single. One note, I probably would have put this third on the album after the intro track and then the title track. I think it makes a great follow-up to that kind of burner. I want to call out the songwriting on Angel of Fear. I really like how the chorus ends with the refrain of the name of the song. It's definitely been done before, but a lot of bands in this style have generic choruses. This one stands out. I'll Find a Way. Another really great plodding metal groove, fairly slow, but awesome. I actually thought of this when it was going as like a symphonic metal Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Last song to call out, Day of Judgement. More really good slow riffing here, more like traditional heavy metal, but a good one that stood out. Okay, I lied. I have to call out the outro. This was awesome. I could totally see the band doing bows to this on stage. I always harken back to how this stuff would translate to a live show, and this one actually deserves its spot on the album. Really good debut effort here, dudes. I'm not sure whether you're from America, but I hope you get to tour here sometime, because I will be at that show. Looking forward to the next one. Rock on.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.